Michael here, looking at Psalms 104 for our devotion today. A psalm which may be subtitled, O Lord my God, you are very great. And we're looking at verse 8 through 10 for the exposition. Let's go ahead and read those three verses. Verse 8. They go up by the mountains, they go down by the valleys, unto the place which thou hast founded for them. Verse 9. Thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to cover the earth. And verse 10. He sendeth the springs into the valleys, which run among the hills. And as we turn to the treasure of David for the exposition, let's go ahead and read verse 8 again. They go up by the mountains, they go down by the valleys, unto the place which thou hast founded for them. And Spurgeon exposits. The vanquished waters are henceforth obedient. They go up by the mountains, climbing in the form of clouds, even to the summit of the Alps. They go down by the valleys unto the place which thou hast founded for them. They are as willing to descend in rain and brooks and torrents as they were eager to ascend in mists. The loyalty of the mighty waters to the law of their God is most notable. The fierce flood, the boisterous rapid, the tremendous torrent are only forms of that gentle dew which trembles on the tiny blade of grass, and in those ruder shapes they are equally obedient to the laws which their Maker has impressed upon them. Not so much as a solitary particle of spray ever breaks rank, or violates the commands of the Lord of sea and land. Neither do the awful cataracts and terrific floods revolt from his sway. It is very beautiful among the mountains to see the divine system of water supply, the rising of the fleecy vapors, the distillation of the pure fluid, the glee with which the newborn elements leap down the crags to reach the rivers, and strong eagerness with which the rivers seek the ocean, their appointed place. And verse 9, that reads, Thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to cover the earth. Spurgeon exposits. Thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to cover the earth. That bound was once been passed, but it shall never do so again. The deluge was caused by the suspension of the divine mandate, which held the floods in check. They knew their old supremacy, and hastened to reassert it. But now the covenant promise forever prevents a return of that carnival of waters, that revolt of the waves. Ought we not rather to call it that impetuous rush of the indignant floods, to avenge the injured honor of their king, whom men had offended? Jehovah's word bounds the ocean, using only a narrow belt of sand to confine it to its own limits. That apparently feeble restraint answers every purpose, for the sea is obedient as a little child to the bidding of its Maker. Destruction lies asleep in the bed of the ocean, and though our sins might well arouse it, yet are its bands made strong by covenant mercy, so that it cannot break loose again upon the guilty sons of men. And verse 10 that reads, He sendeth the springs into the valleys, which run among the hills. Spurgeon exposits. He sendeth the springs into the valleys, which run among the hills. This is a beautiful part of the Lord's arrangement of the subject waters. They find vents through which they leap into liberty, where their presence will be beneficial in the highest degree. Depressions exist in the sides of the mountain, and down these the water brooks are made to flow, often taking their rise at bubbling fountains which issue from the bowels of the earth. It is God who sends these springs, even as a gardener makes the water courses, and turns a current with his foot. When the waters are confined in the abyss, the Lord sets their bound, and when they sport at liberty, he sends them forth. Great is our God, everything so orchestrated. Bless his holy name. Trust you enjoy the meditation. Michael here declaring yet again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be blessed.